What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ginger Chronicles. I am your boy, Big Country. With me, as always, my little mini ginger himself, Mr. Mark, aka Deathicus. How you
And I'm
doing, brother?
making it day by day. How about you?
Man, not too bad, not too bad. Everything seems to be opening back up here in Nashville. We've a restaurant that we work at downtown on Broadway, Nashville, opened back up last week on a half capacity basis. Unfortunately, at the time, there's no live music, no sitting or standing at the bar. You got tables 6 feet apart, that whole stuff. What was your thoughts so far on how they've got that structure?
I think they're doing a great job working out a process to get the bars back open. And the last I've heard, they're actually opening up a little bit more of the bar. I think a few bars are doing that. Uh, Unfortunately, the last I've seen, the cases have gone up since the bars started opening
Yeah.
up. So that's got me a little concerned.
Well, I think they're going to go up
Yeah,
anyways. The last numbers I did, which was a few weeks ago, showed just here in Tennessee alone, the total number of people that even been tested was only 3%. So the numbers are going to go up. Yeah, I mean it's been so low of people even been tested for it. It's going to go up. Um, my opinion on this has changed quite a bit, especially with the revelation of how much the hospitals were getting paid to classify deaths as a COVID-19 related death, and how much they were getting paid to put people on ventilators. I thought that was just crazy. I mean, at the time, we were around 1.5% death rate, but I mean, how many of those were actually legit because of the virus? I mean, they were counting people. All they had to have it was in the system. They could have been
yeah,
asymptomatic and died of another reason, and they were labeling it as a COVID death. So that right there changed my opinion on a lot of it. Don't get me wrong. I still believe it's a serious
hmm
illness. I still believe that people with weak immune systems or any kind of any kind of underlying health conditions that could be detrimental to their immune system definitely need to take precautions necessary. Um, but I'm starting to believe it's really time to let everything start opening back up. And I like how we're doing it in Nashville. I like how we're doing it in
yeah.
phases. Phase one was to pretty much let restaurants open back up, no bars, restaurants, and you couldn't have any live music. And it's like the ones downtown on Broadway, no live music and no bar guests. But at least they're allowing them to open up and at least serve
Oh yeah.
food and at least get work towards get back to normal. But I did see that as of today, as of 3 hours ago, Mayor John Cooper in Nashville said phase two will begin of the reopening will begin on
Ooh,
Monday. Phase two includes live music, so live music will be back in the bars come Monday. It's on Memorial Day, by the way. This coming up Monday on Memorial Day, and salons, barbers, gyms, all that is opening back up. So I'm really glad, that it's moving along quicker than I assumed it would. I assumed, when 'cause I knew the cases would rise when this was when they started reopening. Just simple fact that only 3%, maybe four at the most, have been
mhm.
tested. It's going to rise anyway. I'm glad they didn't put a halt to reopening, and hopefully they can continue on to phase three and be fully reopened, by mid to late June, and some sort of normalcy back.
Yeah, I will say, like, as much as I was kind of wanting him to take it a little bit slower, it it is a positive feeling being back at work and seeing some of the faces I haven't seen it because we were down for what, 2 months?
Yeah, I mean, right at 2 months, we shut down the week of right after St. Patrick's Day. I mean, I think it was maybe the 20th or 21st we shut down, I
Yeah, so I
believe.
mean, it's definitely it's done a lot for my mood, I guess you'd say, and kind of how I feel on a daily basis to see some people again. kind of get back in the groove of things. It's not fully back because half the restaurants are shut down, so or like half of each one's shut down, so like barely anybody has any hours. But it's still
Right.
nice to be back into the flow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, being downtown on Broadway, we do rely on more tourism, not as much on local. So, right now, unfortunately, while we may be opening back up, other states aren't as of yet. So, therefore, a lot of those people just aren't traveling right now.
Hopefully, since this phase two is like you said, Monday, it's starting back or going to
Monday,
phase two.
yeah, yeah. Phase two starts Monday, and then that'll go for 2 weeks, and then after that, hopefully, if they stick according to plan, hopefully, then after that, phase three, I believe that's the final phase.
Hopefully, we can get that at a decent rate if employees at the bar keep taking precautions. Because right now, like me, I'm a busser, bussing tables. Like I have to have gloves on, or every employee has to have gloves on at all times. But I go to a table, get all the drinks and whatever, I'll throw it away, spray the table down, spray all the seats down, even the seats that no one sat in. You never know. And then you got to take
Right.
those gloves off immediately, replace those gloves, and it's a lot to do, but it needs to be done. Like the employees need
Exactly.
to stick to that because
Right. I agree. Still got to take precautions. I mean, I hate wearing a mask while at work, but I understand that it's something we're just going to have to deal with, like wearing gloves. I understand, that we're still going to have to stick to, social distancing, especially in the restaurants and the tables. Are going to, for a while. This even after everything reopens, I believe, a lot of social
mhm.
distancing will still, and that's probably something honestly that's something I could see that'll probably end up being the new normal. Even if some sort of vaccine or some sort of treatment is made available, I see this social distancing thing sticking
Oh yeah,
around and being part of the new normal. When you walk in a grocery store and you see now on the floor where they have stand here, they have the people so they're going to be apart. I see that being the new
hmm
normal, even after the threat of COVID-19 is in the back of our minds, because you never know what's going to come around in the future. You never know what new illness is going to appear. So I do see this becoming a part of our
oh
new
yeah,
normal.
and that's not necessarily a bad thing because I think what this has really done
Yeah,
is kind of opened up our society's eyes to the threats such as that and how we need to practice better hygiene, not always be right up on somebody and stuff like that. Just not only just personal space, but because you never know when somebody's going to get sick. Somebody might be sick and they don't know it yet.
exactly.
Yeah.
Asymptomatic. I mean, there's no telling who could be, asymptomatic. Have the unfortunate, of having known someone who died of COVID. Yeah, I found out, a few days ago, one of my former coworkers, she passed away from COVID. She was a coworker of me and my mom at one time, a very nice lady. I'm not going to put her name on here and out of
Oh yeah.
respect, privacy, but and that kind of hit home. Up until this point, I hadn't really known anybody that even had it. I've known people that have known people that have had it, but I've never known anybody that have had it, much less died from it. So, it's definitely something serious we've got to still, look out for. Then again, I don't know what kind of health issues she may have
Mhm.
had. Still, it was the reason, that was, the reason why she passed away. Hey, everybody, I want to thank y'all for taking your time out of your busy day to check out us on the podcast. If any of y'all out there have thought about creating your own podcast, then please check out Anchor. That's who we run our podcast through. Through them, they'll send your podcast to Spotify, Google, Apple, anywhere you listen to your podcast. So, go ahead and sign up today and get your podcast on. And hope y'all enjoy the rest of the show.
Definitely, because like sorry for your loss. That does. I mean, that shit hits home. I guess I think I mentioned it last podcast. Like I've got my elderly parents; they live with me, so and I'm usually
Right.
someone that doesn't take illnesses too seriously because like I get sick, whatever, it doesn't bother me. But when this started popping up, like I had to be a lot more cautious because I can't risk bringing something like that home. I've got my elderly parents; they're more susceptible to it, and then I have a 2 and a 6 year old nephew, or two nephews that are over here sometimes. I can't be giving that to them. It's just a lot of people. I'm kind of glad that people are taking it more serious, or I am glad people take it serious. But it just sucks that it took something like this to kind of open our eyes to it.
Right. Yeah, it sucks that unfortunately, we've never had anything to really shut down, and do quarantine since I think believe around World War II, and even before then it was 1918 for the Spanish flu.
Mm,
So it's been a long time in our society since we've had some kind of like an awakening or something, to really come and we didn't see coming. It just came along and slapped us right in
yep.
the face. But like you said, I think it's people are going to take it more serious now. Even, there's still doubters out there, and there's
Oh
going to
yeah.
be doubters. Um, but there's only so long you can stay inside. We need to try to find some kind of normalcy, even if it comes back in the fall, which I hope it doesn't. Hopefully, the steps we have now and are putting into place now will prevent a second coming from being as dangerous or even more dangerous than the first go
Mm.
around. Hopefully, we stick to the social distancing, stick to the proper procedures we're putting in place to prevent prevent another round that could be as deadly or even deadlier than what we have
Agreed.
now.
There is one thing I am very curious about though. How big is this mask trend going to go? Because you've seen these custom masks people make, and I'm wait
It's the new. That's the new thing,
because
isn't
I'm
it?
waiting for you to pop up on Skype and you have some big ass mask that like covers your beard or some shit like that, or a fake beard on that's like a secondary mask.
I know. I must look ridiculous at work with my mask on. It doesn't
Dude,
even cover my beard, my whole beard. It
yeah,
covers my
mine's like
face
poking out the
area.
sides. I got this little motherfucker that hangs down. It's ridiculous.
I thought about putting mine like yours, and like trying to like put it up here, but
Dude,
that ain't gonna work too
dude,
much.
since I started wearing those masks, like I've ate so much fucking hair. Because it just pushes it
Oh, I
in.
bet. Oh, yeah.
I hate it.
It just gets all up on you. It's all up on you like
Mm-hmm.
this, and you're all like, it's all everywhere. And it's so hot.
Right, dude.
It's,
Ru-
it's gonna get
Running up
hotter.
and down those stairs, like taking the trash out and stuff, like I have to stop and just
I do not envy you, my friend.
oh god, it's hard.
And people who aren't familiar with Nashville or ever lived in Nashville, maybe been here a few times. If you've ever been here, you know about our humidity in the summertime. You know how hot it can muggy it can get
Mm-hmm.
in Nashville in the summertime. You know, I'm I'm um, I'm hoping I'm not here for that. One of the reasons why we haven't had a podcast since the first one 2 weeks ago was because we ended up putting our house on the
Oh,
market last past weekend. We're looking to sell it and move to
really though?
Colorado. Yes, we put it on the market. I spent a good portion of the week prior, me and my lady, putting trying to clean it, and put everything, box a lot of stuff up, pretty much make it look like it's ready to be
Gotcha.
sold. And we put it on the market Saturday. We've had some people come look at it. We got more people coming looking. Hopefully, get that sucker sold. That's our goal. We want to move to Colorado. Hopefully, be there by July. So hopefully, I can avoid the true mugginess, humidity, hell that is Tennessee during the July and August part of
Dude,
summer.
I hope the best for you. I'm wanting to get out here myself. I think you were born and raised in the South, weren't you? Or were you?
I'm born and raised in
Yeah.
Nashville, my friend. I lived in Nashville my whole life except for about 4 years
Yeah.
of it.
See, I was born and raised down in Tupelo, Mississippi, so like it's even hotter down there. Yeah, and I worked in
Oh
furniture
yeah.
factories, so in the next year or two, I'm hoping to move up to towards Cincinnati, Ohio myself, get away from this heat. Because I just,
You definitely gonna be
oh
in the
yeah, dude, I
cold.
love the cold. Like, it can be 30 degrees outside. I'll be outside in shorts. Like, bring me that cold, man. I'm tired of this heat. I'm just not built for it. Like I had heat strokes as a kid all the time. So
Well, I mean, we are gingers, man. We're not. The sun does not agree
every
with
way
us.
except
That
it's
is for
not.
sure. I lived in Orlando, Florida for
Ooh.
4 years from 2011 to 2015. I loved it though. I did. Unfortunately, and it's weird. I'm one of those weird gingers that I like to go out in the sun, even though it does not like me back. I like to go out on the lake. I have to remind myself to wear a lot of sunblock because I will forget and I'll come back looking like the 7 Up spot before it's all over. So I agree with you. We're not meant for warm areas, even though for some reason I'm weird and I love it. But also, I've been to Colorado. I love it out there as well. It's nice and warm during the day, and it gets kind of cold at night. And I'm looking forward to going skiing and
You
snowboarding
you
during the
better you better
wintertime.
send me a plane ticket because I want to go snowboard.
I mean, I've had a lot. I'm about to stock up on everybody use my Southwest points to come out there because everybody's hitting me up saying, you need to fly me out there and come hang out in
Hell yeah.
Colorado.
Shit.
It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. We're looking
I
forward
bet.
to it.
Hopefully y'all get that shit sold soon so y'all can get moved up there.
Beautiful thing, man. It hasn't even been on the market a week, so it'll sell. It's
Oh
Nashville.
yeah.
It's so I mean it'll sell. I'm not worried about it.
There's always people trying to move here.
Yeah, I'm just. Oh yeah, and the people from here trying to get the hell away from here. So
Shit. I heard
so what else you been up to last
uh
week? Well, the
let's
past
see.
2 weeks.
I've been working a little bit. They've got me a few days a week. Uh, other than that, been streaming a good bit. Had a real long stream yesterday, about 7.5 hours. Uh, yeah.
Wow, 7.5 hours
Oh yeah.
straight.
Well, no, I did a hour and a half. Then like took a few hours off because I was waiting on some buddies of mine. Then streamed again. My longest though was like 12 and a half hours, like a year or so ago.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
If you ever do that, have a good chair because it literally felt like my back hadn't hurt like that since the car crash I got into in high school. So
Ooh,
it's
I
you got
bet.
to get up, walk around every few hours and shit, stretch.
Yeah, I got a nice gaming chair up in the room. I love it. It means back. It's got footrest. It's got a massager. Even though
Oof.
I accidentally ripped the cord out of it, so the massager doesn't work as much anymore. But I definitely agree. If you're gonna be sitting in something that long of a time, you gotta have something that's very
Oh
comfortable.
yeah. Speaking of pain, how's that toe doing?
Man,
Come here.
it's almost back to normal. It happened to be 2 weeks on Sunday. I quit wrapping it almost a week ago. Um, it's still a little swollen, but as far as the coloration, it's back to normal. That all the dark purple's gone. I'm back to my pale white gingery skin. So it's getting there. I heal pretty quick. I'm sure I probably broke it. I mean, it got almost tangled up in a four
uh,
wheeler. But I probably should have put ice on it before that, but I still put ice on it. And I still took care of it. So it was either very heavily bruised or it was maybe a little broken. It's all good now though. So
that's good. As long as you don't lose the toe, we'll be good.
no, I don't. No,
Your your
I
big
mean, well, the
your
thing
big
about it
ass
is,
look goofy as hell walking around with one big toe.
have you seen me walk as it is? I look goofy as hell already walking. I mean, and I think that's why, like, I didn't feel it when I was walking on it because I don't walk on my toes. I walk on my heels for
Mm,
some reason. and so I was able to work on my feet all day with not even feeling my toe hurt because I never walk on my toes as it is, which probably explains the weird ass way I walk.
Maybe.
Period. So, but one of the things, man, that I did about a week or two ago is I actually introduced my girlfriend to Back to the
Oh,
Future.
really? She'd never seen it before?
She had never seen any of them
Jesus.
before. Yeah, man. She's 29, so I don't really have much hope for that generation. I'm 36. Yeah, 36 would be 37. All I did as a kid, was
Oh,
watch Back
yeah.
to the Future movies when they were on TV. She actually sat through the first two. I was proud. She didn't want to watch the third one, but she sat through the
Well,
first two.
that's a lot to
So
take in just a
was,
few hours. So,
yeah, it was funny because she's like, so that's 2015. I started laughing. I was like, yeah, I guess they were kind of off.
Jesus. Kind of.
I mean, going back and watching that movie again, I'm sure I watched all three back in 2015. When all the hoopla was going on about when the date came, where Marty actually came to that part in the future, and everybody made a big to do about it. But watching it now, man, it's like watching it. Here we are, 2020, and seeing how far off, everything
Right?
still
Like,
is.
where the fuck is my hoverboard?
It's right. Where's my flying car? Where's my
My
hoverboard?
my mini
Where's
pizzas have become larges. Like, give me that shit.
Oh
Speed up.
man, I'm sure people. I'm sure people from New York would still have a reason to bitch about
It's
that,
not
though.
real pizza. Shut the fuck up. It's pizza. Eat it. Deep dish ain't a pizza.
Hey, I gotta agree with New Yorkers though, man. Some of the best pizza I've had
Oh
was in New
yeah,
York. I
I'm
ain't
not
gonna
gonna
lie.
deny that. But saying that like Domino's or something isn't real pizza, it's real. God damn it! It's just not pizza you're used to. It's not the original.
It's real. It just don't taste
Yeah,
real good.
that's fair. I will take Domino's over Pizza Hut any goddamn day though.
Yeah, I'm a weird one. For some reason, I've always liked Papa John. So the moment I was a little kid, I don't know why.
I
I guess I've been eating this since I was
yeah,
a little kid. It's probably
I
why.
do like some of their chicken pizzas because like their chicken's like breaded.
Yes, their
Mm-hmm.
Hawaiian chicken pizza is
Yeah,
awesome.
that's another
I mean, I used to get that
that's
thin
another
crust.
debate right there. Hawaiian pizzas.
Yeah, it is what it is. People can, I'm sure we might get some comments on this. People roll their eyes. I don't care. I like them. I like
Mm-hmm.
pineapple on a pizza. I like chicken,
Oh
barbecue,
yeah,
bacon,
put all that shit on there.
all that, tomato, all that on my pizza. Pepperoni better damn well be on there. Um, but also I've been to Chicago and I've had deep dish. And before I had deep dish, I was kind of like New Yorkers would say, you can't eat pizza with a fork and a knife. Yeah, well, after being in Chicago, go there and try one. Shit, bring me
Oh
out a
right,
fork
it's
and a
fucking
knife. Those suckers are
delicious.
delicious.
Oh,
I will tear up a
dude,
deep
especially like
dish.
on a cold day, like that fucking piping hot.
Yeah,
So good, so
give me some Lumanados any day of the week. Every time I go to Chicago, I stop by one of their places. It's so awesome. I love it. Love it. Especially the calamari. Mm-mm-mm.
Man, you're making me hungry. I'm a fat ass as it is now. I've smoked food.
Yeah, my cheat day's coming up Saturday. I'm trying to decide what I
Man,
want. I've been thinking
every day's a
about
cheat day for me. I gotta stop that.
it. Every day during
Oh
quarantine
God,
definitely was
yeah.
a cheat day for me. That's why I put quarantine
Dude,
15.
I've weighed myself finally 2 times. A little bit at the beginning of quarantine, then a few days ago, I went from like I think I was at like 155. I went to 177. Yeah,
Still a shrimp.
I'm like 5 foot nothing. What do you expect?
I know. I was around 275, but then over the holidays I got put on like around 10 pounds. So I got to 285 before all this started happening, and then I weighed myself and I was at 300 last week, and I was like, nope, nope,
Yeah.
nope, nope. time to get back down. And I was doing good for a while. I was getting down there, and today I got on. I weighed 295, I think, yeah, 294.5, two
Fuck
ninety
yeah,
five. So I'm getting back, in the right
that's what's
direction.
up.
Just got to stick
Yeah,
with it.
I ordered me a workout mat or yoga slash workout mat because I found some exercises to do, like weightless exercises, supposed to help with the
Right.
like the stomach and chest area because my arms and legs are good. They're exercised. Like with my job, I'm always running or lifting heavy stuff, so they're good. It's got to work on that gut, you know.
Yeah. Easiest thing when it comes to the gut, I'm not really one to I don't look like I'm one to really talk. Is cardio,
Yeah, cardio.
planks, push-ups, and diet. Well, what I found that works good for me uh, is I find a mile from wherever I'm at, my house or wherever. Um, I've got a Galaxy smartwatch that'll tell me when I've walked
Hmm.
a mile. So what I do is, man, I just put my headphones in, I program the watch, and I walk as long as I got to until it goes off telling me, I've walked a mile, and then I walk back home, and I found that that's a lot easier to do than running. I hate running. I'm not really a big fan of jogging, but
Oh
I
yeah.
hate running. Walking, a friend of mine who's in the bodybuilding, he told me walking was what he does, and dude's got abs. So I mean, he said he doesn't run at
Yeah.
all. He hasn't ran since he was in high
Yeah.
school, but he walks. He'll get on a treadmill or something. He'll walk for like 35 minutes to an hour, because it's that steady pace, man. You got a good brisk going, and keep it up for a long time. You'll probably burn off a
Yeah.
lot more than what you were just sprinting at
You won't exhaust yourself.
for a
So
short amount of time. Right. And but planks, man, planks work really well. I'll get down and do a minute and a half of plank and I just feel my midsection, my core just stretching and
yeah, a
pulling,
lot of people's told me just like
So
do plank, primarily do planks if you're like trying to work on the abdominal area.
hmm
So might have to
yeah.
start doing that. I need to. I'm ashamed. I was ashamed. I got that thing a few days ago. I still haven't fucking opened the box. I need to do that before work, honestly.
Um, yeah, man. You can do. I would just set a timer for like 30 seconds and see if you're able to hold the plank for 30 seconds. If you're able to do it easily, where you think you could have gone more, then up it. You know what I mean? I started off doing a minute. Now I'm up to a minute and a half that I can do planks. Of course, I've been slacking off past 2 weeks, because when I do planks and push-ups, I put a lot of pressure on my toes, so
Yeah.
I can't really do that right now. But yeah, I was doing a minute and a half a day. I try to do at least a couple times a day, man. I feel because you can work on your core every day. I mean, your core rebounds so quickly. You can do core exercises every day. So I would say start off doing like 30-second plank, twice a day, during the beginning of the day, towards the end, and at the end of the day. But hey, if you're able to do it easily, go up to like 45 seconds or go up to a minute. But then like find out what you can do, like find out how long you can hold it for, or just hold it and set a stopwatch. Hold it until you drop, until like you let your arms are shaking, until you can't hold it no more, and then that lets you know how long you can hold your plank. And then every week, do that every day. Do that same time every day, or hold it until you can't hold it no more, and see if every week, you're
Yeah.
going up in time. And I promise you that right there will do some core damage. As soon as my foot's officially healed, or I tried doing the one yesterday, I couldn't hold it past a minute because my foot
Yeah.
started
Ain't no
hurting.
need to re-damage
But
your
when that,
foot.
no, not at all. But when that gets fully healed, man, I'm gonna be trying to get up to where I'm doing like at least 2 to 3 minutes worth of planks. That's gonna be hurt.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt. That's gonna be painful.
Yeah, I don't think you look forward to that. Um,
No, not at all.
So what else you been doing aside from selling your house and almost ripping your toe off?
Well, that's actually pretty much it right now. Because we've been spending the last week or two just trying to get this house in order. Moving stuff to a storage, trying to get it ready for someone to buy it. Other than that, just working downtown. I haven't been doing as many shit deliveries as I was doing because those kind of dried up. Just hanging in there, man. Trying to wait for society to try everything to get back to normal, and hoping this house sells, goes through, and hoping we can find our way to Colorado here soon.
I tell you, man. I really do hope y'all can get that shit sold, though. I know y'all want out of here.
Yeah, it will. I mean, it's going. It will. It's still hasn't even been on the market. It went on the market Saturday, so it hadn't even been on the market a week yet. I'm sure more than likely it'll be sold by this weekend or next week, and then we'll have a date in mind. Unfortunately, until it gets sold, we don't have an exact date. So we can't really plan a whole lot. But yeah, I'm not worried at all. It'll sell. Just it's not going to sell within the first few days. You don't want
have
it
y'all
to
found
really.
a decent area up in Colorado? Y'all been thinking about going to, or
Oh, as far as well, first we probably just won't go to Denver, or we'll probably go somewhere outside of Denver, grab an apartment until we can just scan the area, and see where we want to actually try to buy a house. Maybe build. I'm thinking about more like building a house. So until then, it probably will just be somewhere around Denver um, until we find something more permanent.
Gotcha.
So what you got going on coming up this week?
Oh shit! Work a couple days, stream some. Probably gonna start doing. I downloaded. I don't know if you have any kind of gaming launchers on your laptop or anything, but one of the launchers, Epic, they have GTA 5 for free right now. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So I've the last time I played a GTA game was San Andreas, if not before that. So it's going to be a change up for what I normally play.
Yeah, I've got a PS4. I'm a PS4 nerd, so I've got GTA 5 on PS4, and that's definitely one of my guilty pleasures: getting online and either being a troll and messing with people or doing some missions. I definitely love some GTA Online.
I just never could get into them too much, but fuck it, free game, might as well.
Right? And especially if it's free. You said that's only for that's for the for the laptop and desktop.
Yeah,
It's for the
yeah,
PC. I might just do it if it's free. Why not?
man, worth it. Might as well put it in your library. But I got some people wanting to play and do some like the stunt races and shit like that on there. I figured I'd give it a shot.
Okay, okay.
Other than that,
Yeah, I've been playing. I've been playing some 2K here lately. Me and about 6 or 7 of my buddies. We started an online league for NBA 2K20. We all picked teams, and we're I think maybe 2 or 3 games away from heading to playoffs. So we're all like trying to see which one of us can guide our team to a championship. I guess you could say.
that's pretty interesting. Never really got into sports games too well, but I watched a few of them.
Yeah, I need to start streaming more of them. I've never really been the best at basketball games. Definitely more of a football game fan. I think I've gotten pretty good at this one though. So we'll see. What happens in playoffs. I've gotten my butt kicked a couple times, but I've also won quite a few. So I think I'm getting better. So we'll see what happens. We got hopefully get the playoffs going soon. I need to start streaming more on my Twitch account and get some
Oh
followers
yeah,
on there. Y'all can find me at Country Diesel.
Yeah, I got to start streaming even more too. I think I've been doing like maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I've got to get it a lot high numbers on that.
Yeah, I'm looking around right now, see if there's any. I'm looking right now to see if there's any like new news going on.
I really found that out of here.
We were recording this on May the 21st on a Thursday, so hope everybody out there is getting out and about and supporting local businesses, trying to help our economy rebound a little bit, trying to help everybody get back to normal. I hope everybody out there is being safe, taking precautions. Just because you're healthy doesn't mean the next person, may come in contact is. So, or someone in your family might catch us. So everybody out there still being safe.
Definitely think about not only yourself, your own health, but others as well during this time.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I went around my grandmother on Mother's Day, but I didn't. But luckily, hopefully, all of us, are still healthy. So,
Yeah, I saw some kind of article the other day, or somebody was on TV. It was some family like built sanitary hug stations. Like they took like some duck, like
they built what?
like sanitized hug stations, like so they could hug their like grandparents and stuff. Like it's literally in between two trees, and it's like duct tape.
Sanitized
Yes, yes,
hug
like
stations.
you've seen them like in movies, like the hazmat, like they put their hands through these gloves to like mess with like uranium and shit. Like it looks
Yeah.
like that.
So you're gonna like, is it gonna be like
Yeah,
a
it's like a
huge
huge blanket and shit, or shit, like this huge net thing, and it's got like long gloves attached on either side that you could put in. It's for like hugging their grandparents.
Oh
I mean,
my
it's an interesting
goodness.
concept. A lot of
Wow.
work though.
Well, hell, you might as well just throw them in a bubble then. I mean, put them it's like a big screen, and you walk into like a big old plastic or latex
Yes,
glove or something, just so you can hug them.
it's got
Wow.
like you'll have the like you'll have a set of arms right here going out, and then a set of arms right here coming towards you. That way, like they can hug you, you can hug them. I mean,
Hmm.
it's an interesting concept. Just so like
There's
if
something
you
new.
think you might have it or something, but you still want to hug your grandparents, but at the same time, like that's a lot of work because you're gonna have to take that down. Like multiple people can't use it. You have to take it down and wash it
Well,
after each individual person.
if you think you might have it though, hell, just might as well stay in
Man,
the house.
I don't know. I was cooking and my mom was watching it, and I was just like, that's kind of strange, I guess.
Might as well just wear a
I don't know.
hazmat suit.
I mean, I guess it's cheaper than a hazmat, but
I mean,
whatever.
hey, come to our sanitized hugging sessions where, yeah, everybody's just gonna take turns hugging through a big plastic
It's weird. I'm just glad my mom did try to like, hey, we should make this because
veil.
I was gonna be like, fuck no.
only, only
Jesus
1995.
Christ. Low payment.
Right? I mean, they'll charge you per hug.
Jesus Christ, 50 cents per hug.
Oh no, it'd be more than that. It'd be like $20 a hug.
There's some weird shit going on.
Um, I don't think I can be surprised anymore. But even though every time I say that,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
usually surprised again.
Someone will take that as a challenge.
Well, I think that's all I got for the day. What about you? You got anything else you want to talk about today?
The only things I can think of, and this is a little behind, but we didn't record last week, but both Fred Willard and Jerry Stiller have passed away.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Two
Unfortunately,
of my
yeah,
favorite comedians.
man, Jerry Stiller, the father of Ben
Mhm.
Stiller, and then Fred Willard. Everybody, and then you got Little Richard, who also passed away a few
I didn't
weeks
know
ago.
that. What?
Yeah, yeah, Little Richard passed
Oh
away.
shit!
Um, I think he just died like of natural causes, I believe. I don't think it was any
Yeah,
COVID
yeah.
related.
Both. I think both Fred and Jerry Stiller is natural. Because the report I
Yeah,
saw on Fred said he passed in his sleep, peaceful and everything, and then Jerry Stiller was like what 1,000 years old. So I mean,
yeah, he was getting up there. I mean, I remember seeing him on King of Queens. Of course, he was on. See, I remember seeing him on King of Queens. He was on Seinfeld
hmm
back
oh
in
yeah,
the day too, wasn't he?
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
What else was he was in Lion King one half. What? Yeah, he was
Lion
in Lion
King.
King one half. Apparently,
See,
weird.
huh? Voice. I guess
Yeah,
voice part of it.
I wonder who he played. Check that out. But yeah, that's all I got. I just wanted to do a little talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever watched any pro wrestling at all.
Back in the day, like when I was
Uh,
12.
oh, okay. Well, there was a team back in the 2000s called Crime Time, and I saw this on the news the other day. One of them, Shad Gaspard, was out in the water. Can't I have to look it up. Don't even have all the details. But him and his son got caught in a
Uh,
riptide. And when help came, he told them to take his son first, and they got him out of the water, son out of the water. But then he disappeared, and then unfortunately his body washed up. So
Damn.
that was kind of sad news.
I'm glad they were able to save his
I
son
saw
though.
the
That's
yeah,
damn.
that is a plus. Feel bad for his son, losing his father,
Oh
but
yeah.
that was also sad.
Mm. A lot of hell in the world these days.
Yeah, this has been one of those weird, tough years, but we'll make it. Well, I think we'll all make it through it. Everybody, eventually we'll pull together, and be on to 2021 because 2020 has definitely
Yeah, I'm
sucked.
I'm ready to leave this year the fuck behind.
Yeah, like we're planning on. That's why me and her planning on moving to Colorado and leaving 2020 behind in Nashville and just start looking
Shit, I
forward.
don't blame you, man. I don't blame you at all. Yeah, that's
Well, I guess that's going to be it for the day for today. Um, I want to thank everybody, tuning in, listening to us wherever you are. Like I said, you can find us here on Anchor. You can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Wherever you listen to a podcast, you can find the Ginger Chronicles. You can also find us on Facebook. You can also find us individually. Um, and you can also find us on YouTube coming up soon. Mark, anything else you got?
off the top of my head, no.
Well, that's going to be it for me too. So I hope you guys have a great day. Mark, man, have a good day. Get your butt to work. And we will see you later right here on the Ginger
Later.
Chronicles.